Hey, it's Louise.
This is Briscoe County Jr.
We're at Triangle Town Center today in the early spring, late winter.
Yeah, this is in Raleigh, just off of Capitol Boulevard, I think. And today is the Raleigh Retro Gamers sale. I think that's the second one of the year, but I might be wrong. Might be the first big one of the year. But we're going into the mall to check it out.
What's happening at the mall today? Did you already say?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's probably going to take us a while to even get to where we're going because we went in the opposite end of the mall. But while we're walking along, you can see the different stores and things in there.
Yeah. They have a Dillard's, I guess is what that was.
Yeah. I hadn't been in a Dillard's.
I've never been in a Dillard's.
I don't know if I've ever been in one either. If I have, it's been 20 plus years.
Matthew Lillard worked at Dillard's.
It's Phyllis Dillard's. There's an FYE store, and it said Bin of Terror, and it was the Masters of the Universe collection. Because I don't think any of that's terrifying.
The price was
Yeah,
terrifying.
the price was pretty bad. It was about $50, and I've seen it everywhere else for about $30.
I'd watch something with Phyllis Diller and Matthew Lillard.
Sounds like a detective show.
Diller and Lillard.
Diller and Lillard.
What an odd duo.
Oh, wow. Be like the old crazy know-it-all cop or knows everything lady and the smart Alec Matthew Lillard.
What a
Wow.
pair. Reminds me of what was that show with Tony Danza and Josh Groban?
Something that doesn't sound real. Yeah, I know
That
what you're
happened.
talking about.
Look it
Yeah,
up.
that was a thing on Netflix. We've been in this mall before for the sale before in the past, but it was very busy the last time we went, and then we didn't film anything.
We prefer the other mall. They
Yeah,
have a Mrs. Fields.
Crabtree's definitely nicer. They have more stores and better restaurant options, but we don't go here often, so
Oh, I was going to look up what torrid meant.
yeah. There's a Torrid store, whatever that is. And the store had like some expensive fancy sneaker stores and at an anime shop that I've never seen and some other stores of things I've never seen before. We didn't really look in any of the stores. We just went to go to the game sale and we go and get some pretzels and stuff.
Sorry about the wonkiness. Jesus.
What in the world?
I don't know. Fast forward a little bit if you want. You don't have to watch this. Soon we're coming up on a bunch of video game booths. Oh, that bearded man. I wanted to get a picture of him.
Yeah, this dude had a very long beard. It was at least a foot and a half, it looked like.
Like it was down to his belly button. Around this corner, I think, is where the event is taking place. People are still setting up their booths.
Yeah, they had some things downstairs, and then they had majority of the sellers were upstairs, is where we're at right now. Downstairs, it was more like free play console setup and like games like for kids and activities to do for them. And I think there was a DJ set up, but he wasn't there just yet when we started looking around. You can see they're still setting up. We got there a little early.
If you were a vendor at this and it was overwhelming, we understand. We have been vendors at this stuff. and especially at the mall. It's such a tight location.
Yeah.
But y'all did a good job. Everybody was very polite and had really cool stuff.
My problem when I go with things like this, I'm always focused on certain items, and when you're hyper focused on things, you kind of like overlook other things that could be cool. Some nice box consoles up there.
I'm recording while he's shopping. I try to take time and look at things, but this is only our fifth video. I'm trying to get the hang of everything.
Yeah. We'll get it together one day.
I don't want to be in the way, but I want to linger like everybody else does. Oh, you see what that says?
Holy cow. Like Bart Simpson.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that the original cover?
Yeah, it does say that.
Not once in the whole movie.
No.
Does he say holy cow?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's dumb.
I need an explanation.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to Google.
As you'll see when you watch the video, it's not just video game consoles. You got anime stuff. You got people selling artwork. Some guys had some really cool lamps that they made out of controllers and light guns.
Shout out to that dude.
Yeah.
He's stupid talented.
And another person had a bunch of really cool 3D looking wood art that they made was really cool too. And the prices weren't terrible on that stuff at all. It's just
we only have a very limited.
I tried to budget myself to less than $100 or less at this event, and I was like right on it.
I didn't plan on spending anything, but we got a little toy later that I like.
Yeah.
You'll see in one of the videos if this gets separated.
It's weird to me when they always put like Mario 2 and 3 in the case. I guess because people could easily steal those because they're recognizable, even though they're like cheap games. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But you'll see those in cases and see more expensive stuff just laying out where it seems like anybody could grab it.
If you hear me drinking, I'm really thirsty.
Look at that carpet. Looks like weird sand or something.
Like a bunch of fishing worms.
Yeah. Gummy worms.
There was a store, I think across from this booth over there. There used to be a store that sold vintage t-shirts.
Yeah.
For like $500. They went out of business, so that sentence tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I guess that's a market for somebody, but I just don't understand it at all.
A t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
That you got at a Smashing Pumpkins concert in '94, and they asked $500 for it.
Yeah.
If I knew that.
If I would have known that like 25 years ago, I wouldn't have got rid of all my old band shirts. I would have just saved them and had them in a closet and sold them for $500 today.
Apparently they weren't being moved, so.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if that's still as popular as it was. That and VHS tape collecting was big for a while too. But I mean,
I checked this poster to see if we were on it because I know they used our booth on their Facebook page at one time a few years back.
Yeah. And I like that giant case that looks like a Game Boy.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, I've seen those, but I just don't have the space for it or the money to buy it, but I like it.
I can't not see worms now.
Worms in the carpet. At least they weren't real worms, like falling off of stuff when you picked it up.
I said not see worms.
Nazi worms. Even worse.
Yikes. I was looking for Nintendo Power. I think those were slightly newer than...
Yeah, those are all just... Yeah,
there's the Nintendo Power.
A lot of the Nintendo Powers I saw were like N64 and later. And they're still awesome, but I was trying to find some of the Super Nintendo ones.
A few booths had those.
Yeah,
They just wanted, you know, eBay prices are
yeah.
higher.
And they didn't have the select 2 or 3 I'm looking for, so. Tarzan.
But good on, right? Good on them for putting them in, you know, trying to keep them in the right condition. They had them cardboarded and plastic.
I don't have that one. That's Sonic Colors, but I do have. Not that one either, but I do have a couple of, I think, Sonic ones. Or Shadow, one or the other.
I thought that was kind of neat. I guess when you have some equipment that is broke, you can dissect it and put it in a shadow box, or
Yep.
people like to use it for art and things like that. We've sold a few of those at our shows and did really well, and we have more to sell at our future one.
I think I was looking for PlayStation 1 games in that box, and he only had like 5. But he was a nice guy.
Okay, this dude right here had a dog and a backpack on his back.
I didn't see that.
In the background right here, there's a dog in that right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the cutest. His little paws were flopping and look at him. Oh, he was so chill.
That booth there had some cool Sonic the Hedgehog stuff.
I like all the handmade stuff. There's a lady around the corner, I think, who does like the knitting of knitting of different characters and things.
We tried to get up close to the tables as best we can, but just to understand, if you've never been to these things, they're usually very busy and there's a lot of people.
There's just a lot of congestion. So filming
Yes.
and trying to shop at the same time and be respectful to the other shoppers and vendors is a tightrope.
I want to say on their Facebook page or on the Raleigh Retro Gamers page, it said they had thousands of people that attended this. And that's probably true because last time we went, it was crazy busy. And they've gotten huge since the first I've ever heard of them. And now they're doing like a huge expo this year at the Raleigh Convention Center, which is pretty cool.
So this 8-bit Stitch, very talented lady, a lot of patience to do that.
What is
cross stitch.
all that right there?
I think they took cards and like what's the word when you put something in that clear epoxy or resin? That's the word I'm looking for.
Did I say $900 for that power set? Or does it say $450? That seems like a lot.
Either way, that seems steep.
Because I thought the original box version that came with Rob the Robot was the most expensive one. But I don't know.
I'm digging this chick sweater. Is that Sally?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, you gotta look underneath the table too. There's some stuff that was...
That light bright's cool. Is that original?
I believe so.
Is that a... Okay, that's a little mini RCA TV. Like, yeah, but it wouldn't work today.
No, but my dad used to have a little TV like similar to that, and it reminded me of him. I was close to inquiring about it, but...
I got you.
I like the old technology. I have old cameras and phones.
Yes. I need to get a Tiger Electronic. I don't have any. I'd love to have at least one. I saw somebody had a Sonic one. I was going to inquire about it, but these are neat. These are all 3D printed models people made. This booth had some good stuff. I think I got an NES game from them.
I like her sheet on a table. It's... We go back.
That's a clean box. Right Both of those are. They're probably $400 or $500.
I believe it. The colors are so bright on the sheets.
Yes, I like that a lot. I would want to like cut them and frame it and hang it up. Those are cool. Some guides for certain N64 games.
There's the perler art, I believe, right? Is that what that is?
I
Or are
guess
those
so.
pins?
If it is, I'd just walk right by it and didn't even notice it. Which, I like that stuff, so.
We got a good one of Sonic. I think we got at a yard sale from a little kid who had made it.
Yeah.
I'll show that. Not this kid, but
Mhm.
a kid.
Got that little Mario one I made.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
You did a good job on it.
I like it.
I have circled around upstairs trying to find you. I think I'm wanting to know when you're ready to go through the other corner by Nordstrom Rack.
That's Resident Evil 3. That's one of the next to last one I need for the PS1 to have all the Resident Evil games on PS1. I always love those boxes like that. The Nintendo one. I don't know if you can see the price, but they're very expensive and they're very flimsy too. Seemed like
they're like particle board. The most cheap, the cheapest one I've seen was 150.
Yeah, at the least.
At the least. This one is in excellent condition.
Power Glove there, interesting story with that. Me and my wife one day went to a Firehouse Subs, and I was wearing a Southeast Game Exchange t-shirt, which is a video game convention in South Carolina. And he just asked me if I like video games, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you want a Nintendo? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'll give it to you. And then he asked me for my number. And then he texted me like an hour later, and I met him, and he gave me an old Nintendo and a Power Glove and a couple of games. And they were very dirty. I think he got them out of a barn, but the games did work. The Power Glove did not. But I ended up cutting it and making it into some artwork, which I have on the wall in my garage.
We'll show it here.
Just thought that was nice of the guy that I've never met before to do that. It's pretty cool.
Customer service.
Yeah, these signs here were really awesome. They were all like wood.
And, I think they were about 60.
Yeah, I think 60 a piece. But they were very cool.
I think last year when we went to this, I got more stuff from this area of vendors.
Yeah. You see a lot of the same vendors at a lot of these events.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a couple of them I recognized from past events. We've sold at some of these and usually do pretty well. It's just lots of times it's hard to get off and make the time to be able to go and do it, because we live a good hour and a half away from even doing this.
Oh, I thought that was a Nordstrom. Is it not? Saks?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't shop there. Too rich.
I like
for
those
my
metal
blood.
signs he had. They're for like old video games. There was like Castlevania and I think like Donkey Kong and stuff. But I'm very limited on wall space now for artwork, and it's got to be very small or just something amazing that's going to take the place of stuff I already have. I don't know if I would have been looking GameCube games. There's a ton of them here because I've seen a bunch. See a Super Game Boy there. I wonder how much those go for now. They were going for like $25 at one time.
You like to play everything. I'm more of a Monopoly or Scrabble. Because every time you play, it's different. But my go-to is always Mario 3. It's always number one on everybody's list for a reason.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of my favorite games of all time.